That's Anthropic's best model, confidently flying a drone directly into a wall. If you've been here the last couple weeks, you've watched a pattern building, a model that had to be paused, a report card where nobody passed. This one's the same through line, from a completely different angle. Not a lab stopping itself, but what happens when the AI is actually physically in control of something. Anthropic just published something genuinely wild, and almost nobody's talking about it because it's buried in a research blog post instead of a headline. They partnered with a company called Andon Labs to test something specific. Can an AI model autonomously fly a real drone to find and follow a person? Worth noting why an outside company at all, and not just Anthropic testing this internally. Andon Labs specializes in exactly this kind of embodied, real-world AI evaluation, putting models in charge of physical systems and seeing what actually happens, rather than just grading them on a written test. Bringing in a specialist for the physical side while Anthropic focuses on the model itself is a meaningful methodology choice, not just a partnership announcement. Not a simulation start to finish either. They actually flew a real $129 drone in a real office. That's a deliberate choice too. Simulations are cheap and repeatable, but they can hide a lot of failure modes that only show up when real sensor noise, real lighting, and a real physical room are involved. If you want to know whether an AI can actually fly something, eventually you have to let it actually fly something. And they built a formal benchmark around it called Drone Bench, breaking the mission into 5 distinct subtasks the AI has to chain together, each one graded on its own. Quick rundown, because these matter for understanding what actually went wrong. Reconstruct, turn video of the space into a 3D map, essentially building a mental floor plan from what the camera's seen. Localize, figure out where the drone actually is on that map, the equivalent of finding the little blue dot on your phone. Navigate. Plan and fly an actual path between rooms without hitting anything. Detect. Find the specific person using a reference photo, picking one face out of whatever the camera sees. Follow. Keep them in frame as they move, continuously, not just once. Here's the part that should actually get your attention. This isn't a cute robotics demo. A locate and follow drone is the exact same capability used in aerial surveillance, search and rescue, and disaster response on the legitimate end, unaccountable tracking and targeting on the other end. Anthropic picked this task specifically because it's dual use, on purpose, to get real signal on how close AI actually is to piloting hardware autonomously before that question gets answered by somebody with different incentives. They tested 15 models across 3 companies, everything from GPT-4 up through the newest releases, running each one through the full 5-task chain and scoring it against a human-built reference solution. And the pattern was consistent. Newer models get further on every subtask. Claude Fable 5, Anthropic's own frontier model, was the best performer in the entire test. It beat the human AI baseline on 4 of the 5 subtasks: detect, follow, navigate, localize, all cleared. Quick note on what human AI baseline actually means here, because it's a specific bar, not a vague one. Anthropic and Andon Labs' own engineers built a reference algorithm for each subtask, hand-coded, tuned by people who know exactly what they're doing. That's the thing being beaten. This isn't the AI did okay. This is the AI outperformed a purpose-built solution written by the people running the experiment on 4 separate, genuinely difficult tasks. And it's worth pausing on why that's harder than it sounds. Flying a drone means taking in messy, real-world sensor data and outputting real-time control decisions where a small error compounds fast. A different, harder category of problem than answering a question in a chat window. On the follow task specifically, it didn't just clear the bar, it beat it, tracking the target more tightly than the reference algorithm the human engineers built. Watch this side by side. But here's where it gets genuinely interesting, and it's the one task Fable 5 could not do: reconstruct building an accurate 3D map of the room from video. It failed that one. And because every later step depends on having an accurate map, that one failure cascaded through the entire mission. Watch what actually happens when you chain a bad map into everything downstream. That's not a random glitch. That's Fable 5 confidently, deliberately, flying toward what it believed, based on its own flawed 3D reconstruction, was an open doorway. It wasn't confused about the mission, it was wrong about the room. And here's the detail that actually unsettled me a little, in a good way. While working on a different subtask, Fable 5 independently figured out the drone's camera angle by analyzing the grout lines on the floor in a video frame, tracing them to a vanishing point, and calculating the tilt to within 4 degrees of the true value. Nobody told it to do that. It reasoned its way there because it needed the number and figured out how to get it. Worth being specific about why that moment is impressive, separate from the wall crash being a failure. Vanishing point geometry, figuring out that parallel lines in a photo converge toward a point that reveals the camera's real orientation, is genuine computer vision technique, not something you'd expect a language model to reach for unprompted. It didn't have a tool built for this. It reasoned its way to a real technique because the problem called for it. So you've got a model that's smart enough to derive camera geometry from floor tiles on its own initiative, and still confidently flies into a wall a few minutes later. Both of those things are true about the same model in the same experiment. One more number worth sitting with. Anthropic ran 10 simulations per model, not one. Even Fable 5, the best performer, only hit the human baseline on 3 of the 5 tasks on average across those 10 runs, meaning its best ever run is running about 6 months ahead of what it can reliably, consistently do. The frontier and the average are two different. Here's why I think this is a bigger story than funny AI crashes drone. Anthropic's own researchers wrote something worth repeating almost exactly. At low capability, keeping a human in the loop is easy. It's obviously worth the time. But once a model crosses a real reliability threshold, there's going to be genuine pressure to treat human oversight as a cost to cut, not a safeguard to keep. And this experiment is a live example of exactly that threshold, mid-crossing, in public. 4 of 5 subtasks cleared. The fifth compounds into a wall. That's not AI can't do this. That's AI can almost do this, which is a genuinely different and more interesting problem, because almost is exactly the zone where people get tempted to remove the human anyway. This isn't a new pattern either if you zoom out. Anytime a technology crosses from obviously needs supervision to usually works fine, the economic pressure to remove the supervision shows up fast, long before the technology is actually flawless. Early autopilot systems, industrial automation, even things like automated trading, the story is almost always the same. The system gets good enough that watching it constantly feels like wasted effort, right up until the one time it wasn't. And this is squarely the same through line I keep coming back to on this channel. A locate and follow drone has real, legitimate uses: search and rescue, disaster response. It also has a very short walk to unaccountable surveillance in the wrong hands. Anthropic didn't build this to make a cool demo. They built it specifically because it's dual use, on purpose, to get real data before the capability question gets answered by someone with worse incentives than a safety research team. Worth being clear on what dual use actually means, since it's a term that gets used loosely. It's technology whose civilian and harmful applications are close enough together that you can't really build one without also building most of the other. A drone that can autonomously locate and track a person is a search and rescue tool and a surveillance tool using the exact same underlying capability. The difference isn't in the technology, it's entirely in who's holding the controller and what they're pointing it at. Keep an eye on Reconstruct specifically. That's the one bottleneck left standing between impressive lab result and an AI that can actually fly itself somewhere on its own. Once that piece clicks, and based on the trend line here, it looks like a matter of when, not if, the rest of the chain is already sitting there ready. This is 3 stories now in the same thread: a model that paused itself, an industry that couldn't clear a C+, and now one that's smart enough to derive camera geometry from floor tiles, but still can't tell a wall from a door. I don't think that thread's done. If you want the next one broken down before it gets buried in a research blog post, that's what the newsletter link below is for. I'll see you